When I met you in the summer, to my heartbeat sound, we fell in love as the leaves turn brown. And we...
Hi, it's Bailey. I'm back, and today I'm going to be filming this makeup look. It is just a summer glowy look with a bold lip. Literally, this makeup look, I would say without lashes, because usually I won't wear lashes, takes about 20-25 minutes at the top. Like, it is so simple. We use 4 shadows. Like, it's not hard at all. We just have some super glowy skin and this really bold lip. I am in love with this lip color. I've been looking for a gray orangey red lip color and I found it, and it is drugstore. So just keep on watching. Okay, I'm gonna start out with putting my cute little cat ears on. Just putting my hair back, because I cannot do my makeup with my hair in my face at all. But first, we are gonna start out with eyebrows. And I'm gonna use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color Taupe. And I am just gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12 brush. I'm just gonna brush through my brows real quick, get them going in all the right direction, and I'm just gonna start. Now, since brows are all done, I'm just going to go ahead and prime my eyelids. I'm gonna use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in the color Original. I've had this for so long. Like, I'm pretty sure they've changed the packaging on this and everything, but it's still one of my favorite primers for your eyelids. It's like oldie but a goodie. And so I'm just gonna prime my eyelids. I waxed my eyebrows and I pulled my skin a little bit, and like they were like really sensitive, like right here, and it's been really red. So now I have dry patches there, but I've been trying to moisturize really well and get rid of those. Okay, since I'm done with priming, I'm gonna go ahead and take my just face powder that I'm gonna be using and a flat brush. I'm just gonna set that concealer. This is my favorite way to set my concealer, because like, I don't know, I just find it the best way to do it, but it's just my opinion. I just feel like it smooths everything out a lot better than just packing a bunch of shadow on your lid. So now, since the eyelids are primed and set, we are going to go ahead and start with our eyeshadow. I'm going to go in with this LA Girl Eye Luxe Memorizing just eyeshadow, and this is in the color Urbanize. I really like this. It just has 4 shades in it, and honestly it gives you like the perfect like steps for a smoky eye. I'm gonna go in with my Japanese 835, just this big fluffy brush, and I'm gonna start out with this warm shade. we're just gonna pack that. And I'm just gonna put this as my transition. So I'm gonna do it right above the crease and just work it into there. I prefer, if I'm doing any eyeshadow look, I always do my eyeshadow first. Just because I like to be able to blend it all the way out and not have to worry about it. Because we're going to clean it up later. So it doesn't really matter. But we're just going to blend that in the crease and above it. Just so it gives us like a shadow underneath all the other shadows to blend with. These eyeshadows are so good. They're so pigmented and they are super cheap. Okay, once I'm done laying that transition shade down, I'm gonna go back into this little...
I don't know if it's a quad. How many is 4? I feel so stupid right now, but this little
eyeshadow palette. And I'm gonna go in with my Japanese 836 brush. It's a smaller crease brush. And I'm just gonna go in with, I'm gonna mix these two shades, this cooler toned transition and then this darker one. I'm going to take a lot of that cool tone and just a little bit of that dark. And I'm going to throw this right underneath that transition shade, right in the crease. And I find this to be such a good brush to do it. Like, place the eyeshadow and blend it. I just want to deepen up that crease. Just gonna apply a little bit more. And once I'm done with that, I'm just gonna go with that back to that 835 brush and just blend it all together. And I'm just gonna take a little bit more of that warm transition shade we used and place it back so we just don't lose that, and use that to blend everything together because it will help a lot. Now we are going to go in with my Morphe 35O palette, and I'm just going to take a flat brush. Let me see. I'm going to take this just Eco Tools brush. Doesn't have a name or anything on it, which then again, I've had it for so long. This was one of my first brushes ever. And so I'm just going to take my Urban Decay All Nighter Spray and spritz my brush. And we're going to go in with this shade and a little bit of this shade, these two shimmer shades from my 35O palette. And we're just going to pack that on the lid to add some shimmer. After we are done packing that shimmer shade on, which these shades are so good, so pretty, we're going to go back in with that 836 brush and just kind of blend it all together. Just so there's no harsh lines from the shimmer shade to the transition and crease color. And we are just going to blend. We don't want to blend too much. We just want to blend out the edges, or we will end up with the shimmer in our transition in our crease, and we don't want that to happen. We just want to keep that on the lid. So we are just lightly going to do that. Now I'm going to take a makeup wipe and just clean up all the eyeshadow. This is seriously one of my favorite parts. I've been doing this for so long. Like, I always clean up my eyeshadow. And I know it looks harsh now, but once like the whole face and everything is on, we will all like blend it out. So it will be okay, I promise. Now I'm going to tightline my lash line, my top one. And I'm going to use the NARS Larger Than Life Long Wear Eyeliner. And it's just the black one. It's in the color, oh god, Via Veneto. I just butchered that and I apologize, but I tried. Because if you do that, like I'm not doing liner today, but I'm going to be putting on lashes and mascara, and it just makes everything like come together so there's no blank spots. And also it makes your lashes look a lot longer if you do that. So that's just a little tip. But now I'm going to go in with my Becca First Light Priming Filter. I love this primer. If you're wanting to do like a glowy look, this primer makes your skin look so healthy and luminous. But I really love this one with the purple tones and everything. Just like, look how glowy my skin looks because of it. I love it. Now I'm gonna go in with my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation in the color 205 Natural Beige. I've not used this foundation in so long. And I'm just going to use my finger and dot it everywhere. Now I'm just going to go in with my L'Oreal sponge and just blend this all out. Now, since we are all blended, this color's a tad dark for me, but we will make it work with concealer and powder and everything, so don't you worry about that. But now we're going to go in with my Tarte Tape Shape Concealer in the color Light Medium. And I'm just going to brighten up all the high points of my face. So for example, under my eyes, we're going to take some and put it on my chin. You don't need that much, I promise. And then on my forehead. And then just a tiny bit on my nose. And we are just going to blend that all out. This is just going to like balance everything out. Like for example, if you just put it under your under eyes, that is like fine. It's just your perspective on it. But this just balances everything out instead of just brightening one part of your face. It helps because you're doing all the places that needs to be brightened. I look ridiculous right now, but the only problem with this foundation that I find and the Pro Matte is it breaks up on my nose if I put concealer over it. That is the only problem I found with this concealer. I love everything else about it. Not concealer, I meant foundation. But that's the only thing I found that I don't like about it. So usually I just stay away from my nose when I conceal. I don't know what it is, like no other foundation does that, but this one that I've tried. So I don't know, but I still love it. And I've heard that it does that to a lot of people, not just me. So I don't think it's me, I think it's just the foundation. Now, since all that concealer is blended in, I'm going to take, once again, my Airspun loose face powder in the color Naturally Neutral. And I'm just going to bake my under eyes and wherever I seem to crease. So I'm just going to go under my eyes once again with my damp beauty blender and make sure everything's all blended and there's no creases. And I'm going to take some of this powder and just apply it. I love applying my powder that I'm going to be baking with directly from the sponge to my face. I'm just going to bake anywhere that I put concealer and anywhere you see, like I seem to crease the most. Now I'm done with that. Now I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder in the color Warm Beige. And I'm going to go in with my Real Technique Multi-Task Brush. I love this brush for powder. And once again, I'm just going to set all the places that is not baking. Since we are doing a more glowy look, I'd rather not use such a matte powder. And now I'm going to take that powder and go over all the places I've been baking and just work that into the skin. And now I'm going to go ahead and I have powder on my brush and I'm going to wipe away that bakage just to make sure everything is blended. Now everything is set, the hoe in her face, and now I'm going to do a little contouring, and I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I've been loving this bronzer, and I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques contour brush. I'm just going to take some of that and contour. Now I'm going to go on the temples, my forehead. Just blend all the way down. And I'm going to contour my nose just to add a little color. Just make it appear a little smaller. Under my lip. And then just a little under my chin. So yeah. And then now I'm going to go back in with my Airspun powder. And back with my sponge, my damp sponge. And I'm going to get that powder. Sorry, my camera gets overheated and just shuts off by itself. But all I did was take my airspun powder and my beauty blender and just I'm baking right underneath where I contoured to clean that line up and it looks more sharp. But now I'm going to go in with my NYX blush in the color Terracotta. And this is just a very bronzy looking blush, my bad. And so I just thought it would go perfect. And I'm using my Target Up and Up brush. It's just a blush brush. And I'm just going to put that on the apples of my cheek and blend back towards that contour shade. This is a very pretty blush. Plus it has some shimmer. I'm sorry. And so it looks very pretty and makes the whole face look super glowy. Super pretty. Oh my gosh, I've not used this blush in so long. And now I'm just going to take a little stippling brush and kind of just blend that all with the under eye powder and just everything. So there's no harsh lines. And now I'm going to take the same stippling brush and just wipe away all that baking powder. And look at that clean line. So pretty. Now, on to my favorite part. I'm going to go in with the Becca and Jaclyn Hill face palette. And I'm going to go ahead and take Champagne Pop. As you can tell, this palette has been very loved. Literally, this was like my first high-end highlighter palette. Or just highlighter overall. And it's just been one of my favorites. I just took my Anastasia A23 brush and I sprayed it with some Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. And I'm just going to take Champagne Pop and put it on wherever you like highlight, you know? Yeah, you know. Of course, I'm going to pack it on. Who would I be if I did not? Oh, I've not used this highlight in so long. And this just made me fall back in love with it. I seriously bought this palette one of the first day it launched. Babe's calling. Hello? Babe.
Hey.
I'm filming.
Oh, shit.
I'll call you.
Shithead.
Okay. Did my nose and my Cupid's bow. I love it. And I'm gonna take the same highlighter on that brush that we used to put the shimmer on our lids. And I'm just gonna take Champagne Pop and just highlight. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to my eyes. I'm gonna go back into that LA Girl quad eyeshadow, whatever it is. And I'm just gonna take a small blending brush and take that transition shade and just throw it on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to take a Real Technique shading brush and I'm just going to mix those two dark shades that we placed in the crease. My nose itches. And throw that down there. My nose itches again. We're taking that Champagne Pop highlighter. And I'm just going to place that in the corner of my eye. Take a blending brush, blend that off. Now, I'm going to go in with this Kevyn Aucoin, the curling mascara in the shade Black. I have to be up close and personal. Okay. I did not put a lot of mascara on at all. Now, I'm going to take the Ardell 602 lashes. I love these lashes. They are super affordable and they're just good. And I'm just taking my Duo brush on adhesive like glue. I've tried the tube Duo. It's like the black one. And I don't know, I prefer the brush on because it's just easier to work with, you know. Okay, well, I went ahead and popped on my lashes because they are a pain to get on. And I'd prefer just to do it off camera. But now I'm going to go in with my Benefit Gimme Brow in number 3. And just set my brows. I'm going to go ahead and put some mascara, more mascara on just to blend everything together. I'm gonna put it on the lower lash line. Now, my favorite part. We are going to do the lips. And this is legit, I'm so excited about it. I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipstick in the color Flame of the Game. I'm so excited right now. Look how pretty. Watching, like and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you so much.